5 minutes of really embarrassed boys standing in front of a camera going, "Oh, love to everyone back at home."
Well, they need acting lessons.
It wasn't very sincere. That was fantastic, and the blogs online as well was incredible. You know, sort of the command structure that constantly kept in touch and sent emails, and that was really nice to know that he wasn't just miles away on his own. There was this immense sort of support behind. It was really, really good.
And what about the period of leave that soldiers get in the middle of the tour? That can be quite tough, can't it?
It's tough for them because they know they've still got to go back out. And while
did you find that difficult when you suddenly come back for 2 weeks in the middle?
I don't know, him finding it difficult.
You found it impossible.
No, absolutely. It was a nightmare when he came back. So, but it was understandable, sort of thing.
I think one of the things, and the Ash problem brings it home. One of the things we ought to do with the Americans, they count their leave from the day you set foot on US soil. Whereas we start our leave, when you leave Camp Bastion, you've probably got to go to Kandahar, and then you land at El Aidid, and then you decompress in Cyprus, and then you get back to Brize Norton. By the time you've got down the M5, it's probably 4 days, you know. I think we should just say, right, leave starts, you get your 2 weeks, and it starts the moment you set foot back in the UK. I think it would sort of, then you're not paying the penalty of, not that the RAF aren't brilliant in every way and always get it right, but you're not paying the penalty. Do you think that was right?
Some of the people that I personally got back okay. It took me like a day to get back.
That's very good.
But some of my friends and that missed half their on
half the leave.
Yeah, because it was just so difficult to get them back.
Yeah.
But yeah, it definitely should be. You should start your R&R as soon as you hit the country, because the guys that are actually out there and that, they just need it because they're so tired. Not just because of the rest and that, but just to see their families.
Yeah.
Because personally, when I was out there, I thought it was a lot more difficult, like for my dad and my sister back home, than it was for me, because I had such a massive bond with my friends and stuff. It was like my family was there with me.
They're uncertain. They don't.
Well, David Cameron there, the Conservative leader, spending time talking to some veterans and some still serving servicemen and women there as he prepares for tonight's leaders' debate on international affairs, an important source then of information for him, some of which he may perhaps deploy in tonight's discussions with the other two leaders. And, of course, another source of information on these issues for him, perhaps preoccupied today. You may have seen at the bottom of your screen there that the Shadow Defence Secretary, Mr. Cameron's advisor on defence, Liam Fox, has had his home burgled today, and we understand that a news conference in which Mr. Fox was going to participate has been cancelled as a result. His mind clearly on other things. But David Cameron there talking about a new covenant with those servicemen and women there. The covenant effectively being that servicemen and women risk their lives, in return they get proper support and treatment from us. And Mr. Cameron there listening to a whole range of concerns from those servicemen and women about communications while they were overseas. They were talking about communications from Camp Bastion in Iraq, the accommodation that they have both there and, of course, for their families and when they return to these shores, and psychological support, also an incredibly important issue there. Mr. Cameron spending quite a lot of time discussing that, saying it's just as serious as some of the physical injuries that service personnel can enjoy. If you want to continue listening to Mr. Cameron talking to those veterans and those serving soldiers, men and women, follow it on Sky News Active. Press the red button on your handset and that'll take you there. Well, we're going to look now at the attempts to repatriate as many passengers, as many people as possible who've been stuck overseas by this ash crisis. Many coming home, of course, now by the airline.